Hello, everybody, and we're back on the Unsaid show. And sadly, this is going to be our stop until after Ramadan, inshallah. Let's see how things go. How are you all doing? The Unsaid show is all about mental health, about social issues that we go through, and things that people don't want to talk about. So you can call us, you can DM us. Today, we're going to talk about two very important topics. The first one are for all the mums out there. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
We wish you all the best. We're going to talk more about that. And we're going to talk about Ramadan and gratitude. So before that, let's go to a quick break. But before that, let me give you the number so you can actually, call us and tell us what you think about what we're talking about. So let's say the number.
Number is 24949493. Call us.
Okay, after the break.
This is Oman FM.
So again, happy Mother's Day. Did you guys know that every country has another date? But first of all, let's see who's in the studio with us today. And I think the whole team is here today, proper?
Yes, finally.
Let's start from here.
Hi, I'm Sahar Salmanian, and I'm happy that we have this episode. And sadly, we will have the break, but we will be back soon.
My name is Sara, and again, happy Mother's Day, and I'm grateful to be here.
I'm Tamsyn Pereira, and happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all those lovely, lovely mothers out there that give a lot and care a lot, and we love you so much. And for those who have lost their mothers, we're very sorry for that, and they will always be, I'm sure, in your hearts. So we also would like to say a lovely word about them as well. But yeah, as I was saying, Mother's Day has different dates, apparently. Growing up, I knew it was always the 21st of March. I traveled after that to Australia, and it's a totally different. It was the 8th of May. And I was like, okay, I thought the whole world had. And then yesterday I found out there's a Mother's Day already started in England. It's already the 20th. So I don't know. How about you guys? Is it the same date or different dates?
No, we have a completely different day in our country.
What's your date?
It changes every day, every year.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what does it go with, like?
Yeah, with them, because for all the dates that we have is Shamsi, so it will go with the
So
sun
it goes on
and-
the Hijra.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Interesting.
What about
I
Sarah?
think for me it's 21st as well, like us here in Oman. But when I was in America, it was a completely different date as
Was
well.
it the 8th?
I don't remember.
May?
I don't remember. But everyone was celebrating Mother's Day, and I was like, okay, maybe I should text my mom too. And then she was confused. She was like, why are you texting me? Mother's Day is
Today's not the date.
It's not
Yeah.
there yet.
What about you, Tam?
I actually don't know. I just keep track of social media, and every time I see Mother's Day posts pop up, then I know it's time to wish my
Wow,
mom.
how many times do you wish her?
Several times during the year.
Wow,
I think
she's
she
lucky.
deserves it.
But the thing is, we always, again, we go to the same thing. Why is there a specific day? Why is there a specific day? It's just to give gratitude and be thankful. And we also think that it's important to also think of Dad's days. You know, there is actually,
There
but
is.
people don't
There's
talk
one
about it
Father's
that
Day.
much. Father's Day, yeah, as much here. I mean, and in this region, I don't hear it as much.
That's
but
true.
it is in the US, I think,
Yeah,
a
it
lot,
is in the
right?
US,
Father's
yeah.
Day.
Yeah, we have
So
it.
I think we have to be, have to balance.
I
it
guess we're
out.
going with the American dates.
Yeah, we're going with the American dates.
Our fathers.
So, I'm a mother, and inshallah, you'll all be mothers. It's quite interesting, the shift of being, a child to a mother, and she's still there, and then also being a mother, and thinking now, just waiting, thinking, oh, what are they going to do for me today? That feeling. So what did you guys used to do, or what do you do for Mother's Day?
When I was a kid, I used to draw something for my mom, and I used to write something, something very simple, and she kept all of that. She really liked it, and she was like that, child language of saying congratulations, Mama, I love you, and that handcrafts, that meant a lot to her.
That's true, right? In school, it was always
Yeah.
like a big event. We're all doing it. And I get so many bits and pieces of papers from my daughter, and I have to actually keep them. And some of them just have one line, and I'm like, I love it! And I put it on the side, because she comes to ask me, where is it? So
Oh,
it's
wow,
very
she
important.
remembers.
Yeah, they remember, as we did as well, I guess when we're small. But they remember every little piece that they give you. So it's very important to keep it, because if you tell the child, oh, I don't know where it is, they really feel heartbroken.
Yeah.
For them, that put thought in it and everything, to bring it to you, even though we think, oh, it's just a little scrap of paper. But actually for them, it's very important. Then after a while, they grow out of it when they go into their teen years. But that first years, it's very important to them. And I think we felt the same as well. I used to think, what do I get my mom? What do I get my
It was
mom?
exciting.
It was
I think
very-
it's still exciting.
It
Like
is.
always, like remembering what they like, their favorite color, and like putting it into a craft. Like I remember when I was younger, making a spaghetti necklace. For my mom. I don't know if it's still there. I
Yeah.
doubt it. It's probably like decayed.
Oh, God.
But right now, I think it was mostly like flowers, sending her a nice note. And I think now people are more crafty.
Yes,
with gifts.
yes, they are quite crafty, but I still think that old touch was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what you just said now, the spaghetti.
Just the thought
necklace.
is so beautiful.
I used to like doing breakfast, where I was very with the movies. I was like, make her breakfast, make her
Breakfast
a
in
cake,
bed.
make her a little toy. Of course, when you're smaller, your teacher shows you how to make all these things. Then as you grow up, you try and be creative a bit. Then you lose touch slowly, and then it becomes big gifts, and then it goes again small, and you don't know what to do. What about you, Tam?
I was a very crafty person as well, so
Yeah.
I used to make different art and craft things for my mom. I was just thinking about it actually. I don't have kids of my own, but I'm a cat mom. So my maternal instincts do kick in different ways.
Yeah.
So taking care of someone else, I think a lot of us do that as well.
That's very true. So are they going to give you a gift today?
No, they're ungrateful cats.
God.
But they're cats.
I guess
Narcissistic
they give
guys.
you like cuddles and like
It's almost like a child.
They are there for you when you need them.
Yeah, actually emotional support, they are there.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And the specific songs that also I remember as a child for mothers, and it's still, when I hear it now, I'm like, oh my God, that's the song I used to, and it's a specific song that I always call my mom on Mother's Day, which she's gonna get ready, mommy. Okay, and I sing it to her, and I probably sound awful when I sing it, but it's the same song I sing every Mother's Day, and it's quite funny. And she actually waits, she listens till the end, and she goes, "Yay!" So it's a really nice feeling, I think, to have this kind of attachment, you know. And as I said, a Father's Day is very important as well. Did your fathers used to encourage you to help out in the Mother's Day? What did they used to do?
We would plan together with my dad and with my brother, especially when we were kids. Like, he was giving me like pens, he was giving me papers, like the materials to sit and think about what kind of craft I can make.
Yeah,
I think my dad was in charge of bringing the flowers.
Oh, okay. So everybody had kind of
Everyone had their
Had a
role.
role.
had a role.
The crafting, the writing on, like making a letter, and my dad would always do the financial
Yeah.
part.
I used to go borrow money from my dad to get my mom a present and then say it was from me. I had no job as a child.
He was the sponsor.
Yeah.
But that's what I used to do that too. Because when you're really small, where will you get the money from? So I used to get it from him and then go and buy something with my dad, then bring it to my mom. But it was very interesting, it was very exciting. And I think that excitement also teaches you to be grateful and thankful and all these other things that maybe we take for granted. The amount of work that mothers do, and the amount of work that mothers give from their emotion, from their time. They forget their own life sometimes to give us, and we just think, oh well, she has to because she's a mom. She really doesn't have to. It's something that comes within. And some people say all mothers are the same. No, not all mothers are the same, actually. And also for mothers, shout out to all the mothers, and they don't know, especially when it's the first child. The first child doesn't come with a manual, you know, it doesn't come like, you know, when you buy a new fridge or a new, you know, device as a manual on how to, they actually go through a lot
To learn.
and sometimes they don't even show it and they break down later on because they didn't actually talk about it or they didn't breathe about it. So it's very interesting to talk about that, and we'll continue again on that. Let's give them the phone number again and we'll go for a break.
Okay, make sure you call us on 24949493. I'll say it again, 24949493.
Maybe you want to wish your mother a happy Mother's Day. Let's go for a break.
This is Oman FM.
Okay, and we're back on the Unsaid show every Monday from 1 to 2. Actually, we're going on a break until after Ramadan. We're going to miss you guys a lot, but we're going to come back with different topics, inshallah. Let's acknowledge also the single moms. Let's acknowledge also people who don't have maybe a strong relationship with their mom. Let's talk about single moms first. When it comes to couples and then they break up, Sahar, tell us about how couples would feel with the situation of the children.
I think it must be more challenging when it comes to divorced couples, single moms, because people forget about it, that the situation is changed, and accordingly the expectations should be changed. They have the same expectations from them, and of course they're going through more challenges and more difficulties. They need to be kind to themselves, and then others should be kinder to them. I feel like it's good to remind ourselves that mother's children relationship is not fixed for everyone. It should be flexible based on your situation. If there are children listening to us right now and they might say that but my mom is not what you're saying, then try to focus on your own relationship and find something that you have in your relationship. That relationship could be created later on if you both focus on yourself and don't focus on what others have. The same thing for the mom. If you know that you have been through a lot, don't expect that much from yourself. Give yourself time and focus on those little small things, positive things that you have in your relationship with your child.
That's very nice. And don't beat yourself up, you know, oh, it's because of this divorce and that's why everything is all messed up. I'm not doing a good job. I'm an awful mom. Maybe I should have stayed in this toxic relationship, even though it's not good. But for the kids, these are things we always hear, and it's not right. You cannot stay in a toxic relationship for your kids, because your kids one day are going to grow up and tell you, why did you stay? Sara, what do you think about this?
I agree with what you said, Sahar, and I like the fact that you said that I think it's important for the mom or the parent themselves and the child to focus on themselves and not focus on other people's relationship, because at the end of the day, no relationships are the same. Not everybody has the same relationship with their mom, and even for moms that maybe are not close to their child and they feel lonely on Mother's Day and wondering, like, no one's there for me. Focus on yourself and focus on building your relationship with yourself, so then maybe you can build another relationship with your child, and vice versa as well.
That sounds really good. Tam, what about kids and their feelings on this day, and if they're in this kind of atmosphere, how do you deal with them?
I find that most kids have not had conversations with their parents about how they feel about situations like this. So even if there was a divorce or a separation, I always encourage parents during parent counseling sessions to tell your kids how you feel, even if you've had a bad day at work, right? You don't have to go into details as to why you're getting separated or divorced, but at least tell your child, oh, I feel like this because of this, and so your child knows that you're not perfect either, and that it's okay to come to you for help, and that situations like that are completely fine as well.
And it's very interesting. Your relationship with your mom changed as you grow up. I find personally, I'm very close to my mom. I was very close to her as a child, but it even became closer when I got married and had children. I just felt, oh my God, I need my mom, and it's quite funny because you think her job is done now, and that's what mom's jobs are never done. I remember this one thing my mom said to me, and it's really true. The first time I had my first child, she's like, well, from today, you will not sleep straight until the end. I was like, what? I will. And it's true, because your head is just consistently worrying about them. And it's a good worry, not a bad worry. And at the same time, I still consult my mom on things. So she is still a big part of my life, if not even more. So we just wanted to say again, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Let's say in different languages.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, no.
you tell me in Arabic. Okay, I'll say it in English and Arabic. Oh, sorry, you say it in Arabic? In English. Okay. So, كل عام وانتي طيبة.
روز مادر مبارک.
Happy Mother's Day.
I don't know what it is in Hindi.
Fail. Tam is fail. Let's go for a break and come back and find out what it's called in Hindi.
This is Oman FM. is Oman FM.
Hello.
Welcome to the VIP Lounge.
Please, come in. Thank you. I'm here to get your signature on these forms.
So we're moving on to something also that's very, very nice and precious. And it's precious, I think, from the idea of being thankful. And we're going to also hear that there's other cultures also that have other things that are going on also that's connected to being thankful. So let's start with Ramadan, and it's coming soon. And I know that Ramadan is maybe more catered to Muslim society, but it's also for anyone also who lives in all these lands, and it's in the end being thankful, being grateful. And I do know in other religions that there is a time also where they fast.
Right.
It's probably a different type of fasting, but it is there, it does exist. So again, now we're going through festivities. It's a festive thing. And even though it's only 1 month, people react to Ramadan like it's like a year. Like you'll find people in shops, things are sold out, all the events are happening now, quick. Let's do it before Ramadan,
Planning.
let's get ready, let's design
Thank
now.
God before Ramadan.
Exactly,
Yeah.
let's do everything. Let's say sorry to people before Ramadan, send messages, I'm sorry if I did something. Please, every year, it can't be every year that you're sorry, guys. You have to like move on, okay? But there's so many things going on. And Sahar, let's start with you. What do you feel as this approaches? I know that you obviously you have it also in Iran, but you've been here for a while now. And even though, you know, we all have Ramadan as a festive thing, but each one of us maybe celebrates it differently with specific type of food and design and also, you know, specific types of different ways of dealing with it or celebrating it.
Yeah. In our country, what I remember all the time is Ramadan is family time. So we were more focused on family gatherings. Even us, like 4 of us at home, we had iftar together, we had sahar together. And that was the nice part. And the Eid, we would go and like we gift it to each other. But what was different in Oman, and I really like it about here, is that we celebrated with people. Like you see that happiness vibe in the city. In our country, it's not like that, unfortunately. It's not that happy. You see that, you don't see that vibe. But here, people, as you said, are preparing themselves to celebrate from the beginning of Ramadan. And I really enjoy that vibe. And I have seen a lot of non-Muslim people, clients, telling me that in this month, they want to just go with this vibe.
Yes.
Although it's not part of their religion, but they enjoy to accompany others and be with them.
And they try to fast as well, and they try to, you know, they gather as well, which is, it's quite a nice vibe. And it's very interesting. When I was studying in Jordan, I felt that they even are more festive than us, honestly. Now we've started to do what they do, like Jordan, Egypt, but they put lights, they put lanterns, they have specific songs for Ramadan. So they're really into it. And there's we used to have it a long time ago in Oman, also a person called Musaharati. And at night, basically, he would hit the drum for people to wake up and, you know, and have the suhoor. By the way, is your name after suhoor or is it another one? Is it another meaning?
It's the time, the early morning.
Early morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
we call it
people would actually wake up and eat, and that's how it was traditionally everywhere in the world. In Egypt and Jordan, and I'm sure that they still do that. They still have that, which is quite a nice touch. So decorating, putting, you know, the whole family into that vibe is a really nice feeling. As you see, also we do that in the clinic. We've put all the decorations. So it's good to put yourself into that environment. Sara, are you ready for sambusas?
I'm ready.
Because I'm ready.
For the food.
I am ready for Vimto, sambusa, tang.
Yeah, I really love Ramadan because that's the time where all of my family gathers. And plus every single Ramadan, we gather at my grandma's house. I've never had iftar at home.
Every day.
Every day.
Even in COVID, I guess you had to.
Well, okay, maybe in COVID.
You ran away. You didn't stay inside.
We had to wink. We had to adjust. But every year we always spend time at my grandma's house.
That's so nice.
Which is something I look forward to. All my cousins, nieces, nephews, my grandma. So it brings that sense of togetherness.
It does. And everybody brings maybe a plate,
Yeah, we all bring a plate. We
try
all
out new foods and everything. Tam, you've been here for a while, obviously, since the childhood.
Yeah, born and raised.
Yes, so have you been festive with others, I mean, in this?
Yes, and this country is so welcoming when it comes to inviting people for iftars, which was my favorite part. But I was raised as a Catholic as well, and so for us it's very similar. So we have 40 days of fasting before Easter, and it coincides around the same time as Ramadan, so it's starting on April 6th.
Oh, nice.
My mom
this time is
reminded
the
me.
same. It's the same time, but it's a different type of fasting, is it?
It's not the same as Ramadan fasting,
yeah.
and we don't have the prayer timings where we wake up and do it. So it's mostly like giving up one thing that
you
your
really
heart
like.
really desires, something
Yes.
that's healthy for you that you need to give up on.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it teaches you self-control and
Yes.
willpower,
Yeah.
which is the same concept for Ramadan as well.
I had a friend, and I'm sure she was doing it wrong. She's like, I'm gonna stop shopping. I'm like, I don't think that's what it means, but you would know much. Like, yeah, that's what my heart desires. I'm like, no, but it's nice that we're actually having it at the same time.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Sahar, before we go to a short break, you've got something going on as well. What is it?
Yeah, this
And it's
week
tomorrow,
is
is
so,
it?
This tonight, midnight.
Oh,
Yeah, this week is very festive because tonight is our New Year, Persian New Year, and it would be the beginning of the spring in Iran. So we celebrate the new season, and it's a sign of renewal, new birth, because the nature is renewing.
Yes.
So we try to go with the vibe, with the nature.
Well, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you so
Happy
much.
Nowruz.
There's other
Nowruz,
different.
yeah.
We've got 3 types of New Year. We have the Islamic New Year.
Yeah.
We have the International New Year, and then we have also.
Persian
and
New
I'm
Year.
sure if we look, there's others. Let's go for a quick break, and we'll be back with you shortly.
This is Oman FM.
And that song, What a Wonderful World. It is a wonderful world that we live in. You know, I think we have to celebrate seeing that things sometimes don't go our way and things are not that happy all the time. I think one should just celebrate life, breathing,
And life is
being
not
able
so-
to breathe. Yeah.
And life is not supposed to be perfect all the time. I guess that's the whole point of gratitude, especially as for Ramadan as well, is to notice the little details, to acknowledge the small things in our life.
Right.
Exactly. And also we need to talk about some people actually can't fast, right? Because they have a medical problem.
Condition.
And I'm sure that must make them feel very upset.
Right.
So would you like to talk more about that, Sahar?
Yeah, I know that a lot of people can't fast because of their medical condition, and they take it so hard on themselves because they feel like I have to fast, and this is the first year that I'm not fasting, and what should I do? I just want to remind them that we start as Muslims. We start everything with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What does that mean? That means that God is bigger than that. God understands your situation better than everyone. Don't you think that He would be merciful to you? I'm sure about that. So maybe you can, if you have to drink water to take your medication, can't you focus on something else that you can fast and you can be more careful about it during Ramadan? Find that one and focus on it, and be kind to yourself. Take it easy, because fasting, the philosophy behind fasting is, you know, being kind to yourself and making a change for having a better life.
That's very nice. And I think Sara saw a beautiful quote about Ramadan.
Let me share this with you. It says, Ramadan does not come to change our schedules. It comes to change our hearts.
That's really nice. Because we do think, oh my God, my schedule is going to go crazy and mayhem and you know, all of that. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, how we feel sometimes as we're fasting and how there's so many nice things that happen around us also. What about children, Tam? What do you think about them? Because sometimes, you know, we have it that children can fast, but at a certain age and not all day and all that. But teaching them the other side of it, the other part, it's not just fasting, giving and caring and all that.
Yeah, I think it's important for parents to have that conversation with kids as well as to why they're fasting. So it's not just done because you have to, but the actual purpose behind it. And the other beautiful parts about Ramadan, fasting is not just the whole thing, right?
Yes.
But I also wanna say, based on what Sahar said, there are a lot of individuals out there who are going through eating disorders as well, whether diagnosed or undiagnosed. So Ramadan is particularly hard on them because of this. So I would say, you know, focus on yourself and your relationship with your food and your body, and you know, the whole concept of Ramadan and being forced to fast, that's a conversation you need to have with yourself and with your mental health professional and your parents.
Yes, that's very, very important. In art, because we always talk about art pieces, one of the pictures I saw about Ramadan was so beautiful. It's like two people exchanging food from windows, you know, and then another one was trying to decorate, the other one was helping, and the other one was like shouting out something like, oh, I wish you all a good Ramadan. And I think one of the things that I love seeing is they call them the tables of Ramadan. And it's basically everybody can just come and eat on these tables. They have it in Egypt on huge, long tables where people just come and sit down from the same area and they just, you know, have iftar together. And also in the mosques here, people who don't have, you know, means to have proper iftar. And I clearly remember how we send food also to mosques and also to neighbors. It's a big thing, exchanging food in Ramadan. And it's actually so busy before, you know, that time of iftar, that the traffic, and then suddenly it's like quiet and then it's calm, and it's so interesting how people their mood changes. But something happens also in Ramadan, and we need to highlight anger streaks. A lot of time when we're fasting or people are fasting, there's a lot of traffic. People, you know, they can't think anymore. They're clouded with their, you know, their thoughts. They're angry. They start shouting at each other. And I think that is not Ramadan at all. But there is a lot of people quite angry.
There's an actual term for that.
Exactly.
There's an actual term for that. It's called hangry, which is hungry and angry.
Oh, hungry. Are they from Hungary?
So people say, oh, I'm feeling very hangry right now. So to work through your anger, you have to eat in order to calm your emotions down, which is one way to do it, but probably not the best way to do it.
We all have that friend who goes, you know, really bad when she doesn't eat. Or when he doesn't eat. That's you.
That's me.
No, I've been, you're not as bad.
I'm not as bad.
I have friends who, and they know who they are. When they don't have food, it's like suddenly something goes, you forget, like, and then suddenly they're like really angry. I'm like, why are you so angry? And then you think, oh my God, it's because she hasn't been fed. So imagine having loads of people not eating for hours, and then suddenly they eat, then they're like, you know, they're all settled. But let's hear what you've got. So we've got a little time left. We'll give you the number and then we'll go for the last break. And call us. Wish us, happy Ramadan or happy Mother's Day, whatever you want. If you could please tell them the number.
So the phone number is 24949493. It is again 24949493.
And we will be thankful for that call. Let's go for a break.
This is Oman FM.
So Ramadan is also a time of healing, a time of peace, a time of reflection. And I think a lot of people forget that. And they think it's only a time of fasting
And eating.
and only a time of eating. Exactly. So it's a time of healing, patience, love, and care. Sadly, that doesn't happen every time. We talked about anger and we talk about things that maybe we don't want to be with other people. Maybe we don't want to gather with other people. You guys are saying that, but it makes me very uncomfortable. So I'd like to ask you, lovely ladies, what do you think we could do to avoid feeling upset or to deal with these situations in Ramadan? Who would like to start? Tam, would you like to start?
Yeah, I'd like to start. I'd like to talk about kids and teenagers who sometimes feel like they're forced to go to other people's houses for iftar, or even if they're their families' houses, and who are very uncomfortable or who are struggling with eating disorders. I would say my one advice would be is to be able to take something with you. Like we always talk about a mental health toolkit. So this toolkit has all your resources in it. Your therapist, your best friend, maybe visualize a safe space for yourself. Always have that with you so that you know what to reach out to whenever you need help. So if you're struggling and you're in someone else's house for iftar, and if you're struggling, take time to walk away for a bit, maybe communicate that with someone that's close to you. Find that safe space, regulate your emotions and then come back. But focus on you. Don't focus only on what others expect of you at that time.
That's very nice.
I love what you mentioned that time, and I think what I would suggest is focusing on you, and during Ramadan, focus on giving as well. Sometimes when we have a hard time focusing on our well-being, it's also good to give. When you give to others, kindness, it can be donations, decluttering. I think it's healing in the same way.
That's very true. And I think we usually do 30 days of gratitude in Ramadan. We've done that so many times before, and we're going to do something similar this year. You guys can check out the account, Not Alone Oman. And each day you have something to do. And it's a reminder. So I think that's a very nice activity to have at home, Put 30 days and think each day, what do we do?
Yeah.
How do we give back? Or how do we give back to ourselves? Yeah,
with couples who already have problems in Ramadan, we see that they have more clashes because, as you said, they are hungry, they are not in a good mood. So I think that's a very good opportunity for you to reflect about your problems and think about right times for having a conversation, because it is true, even after Ramadan, that you choose a time that is not right for you. You are not ready to have a conversation, and that's why you clash more. That's why you can't have a healthy conversation. So if you feel like it's better to talk after iftar, then postpone it to after iftar. I think that's part of Ramadan, to practice patience and tolerance, to check in, see, is it a good time for you? Or if you're hungry, if you need to go to sleep, I will wait for you. We can talk about it later.
That's very true. So patience, tolerance, care, love, and giving. All these words are in this amazing month, which really shouldn't be a month. It should be 360 days, But this is a reminder of being kind, being giving, and just have a little bit of patience, and reflect. So I think at that, I'm sadly going to say that we have to say goodbye. And we are going to see you guys after inshallah Ramadan. We'll see what's our plans after that. However, all the episodes are on YouTube channel of FM Oman. And let's see what's the last message that each one would like to give. So you've done such a great job, guys. I want to give you a clap. All these episodes, lots and lots of information and wisdom and wealth. So you guys, please check them out on YouTube. Yes, Sahar, what would you like to say?
I would like to say this month is a month of kindness. Start with yourself, be kind to yourself, and spread that kindness to the world.
Nice.
And my message is to always remember that you are worthy and you're enough and that you are so loved.
This is something I have started doing every morning, is to wake up and set an intention before I touch my phone.
Nice.
Set an intention for the day. Say, today I am going to do this. Today I'm going to have a good day. And then go forth with your day.
That's nice. So first of all, happy Mother's Day for all the lovely mothers out there. And for those who have lost their mother, again, I'm going to say we're very sorry, but remember them as how they were, beautiful and lovely, and they deserve to be remembered. And also Ramadan Kareem. And in every language of the world, we wish you lovely, lovely days of happiness and gratitude. And from us, we would like to say our last thing is change begins with you. Stay blessed, stay loved, and take care till we see you again on